presents the Disability Channel. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Stoyan. We're in for a new era, a new phase, a new beginning. We are expanding. We're out here in Burlington, Ontario at Wellbeings. I want to thank my new business partner, Peggy Shepherd DeGroot. Peggy, what an establishment, what a medical center you have here. We're really excited. We're going to bring in all of Burlington, all of Halton, all of Ontario, right across Canada. We're going to get everybody healthy and working. We're so excited today. We're starting a new beginning. We're going to be shooting productions out here, including the Today Show, a new medical show called Wellbeings, courtesy Peggy and her team of fabulous doctors. But we're really excited today because we are bringing back Veterans Corner, and on the show today we have the host, Vice President Dan Lauzon. Dan, thanks for being on the show today.
Well, thanks for having me.
That's great. Now, Dan has such an extensive record, extensive career in the military. He's really big in Legion 60. He was the Vice President. I'm not sure if he still is, but I know he's still helping out all the veterans. But you know what? Why don't we bring Dan in? Dan, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, and then I'll just jump in.
Sure. My name is Dan. I spent 18 years in the military. I served with 1 RCR, 2 RCR, 3 RCR. And the Airborne Regiment. I retired in 1996 and moved here to Burlington and joined the Burlington Legion, and I've been the service officer for the Legion for quite a few years. And in the last few years, it's gotten fairly busy. There's a lot of old veterans who didn't know they were entitled to things from Veterans Affairs, and I get all these calls, and what I do is I help them out and then get them in touch with Veterans Affairs and get them situated with them so that they can give that veteran proper care.
See, this is what it's all about, and this is part of the reason we're doing the productions out here in Burlington with Wellbeings and Peggy and her medical clinic, and you, Dan, because we're all about trying to help our heroes, trying to help veterans, trying to let them know what's available to them to get healthy. And again, we're offering wonderful programs here. We're going to talk later on in the day today about our medical procedures and opportunities that Peggy's going to be talking about. But again, Dan, I can't thank you enough because you truly know what veterans go through.
I do. I went through it, well, for many years. A few years before I got out, I was not, I was not well mentally, and I was really depressed. I had PTSD. I still have PTSD, and I just wasn't the same person. And my wife, I think I've mentioned this before.
Yes.
She said, "If you don't get help, I'm out of here." So.
That was such an important part that message that you gave. Like that's so true. That's so real. Like if you don't get help, I can't hang in anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
And there's a lot of veterans who won't get help, who just don't want it. They don't want to be involved with anything. They don't want to be involved with the military. They just want to be left alone. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But along the way, they realize, you know what, I need help.
Let me ask you this. So when you were coming back from, overseas, from doing your military service, and you knew that, okay, it's coming to an end, and I know I'm coming home, and I know they're going to discharge me, or what's going through your head?
Well, they weren't going to discharge me when I came back from Samoa.
Okay.
It was after Samoa that they figured out I had PTSD. So one thing about the military, and I know that everyone who is watching, when they find out that you are ill and you can't do your job, they get you out of the military. And then you're sort of treated like, like you're not there.
And that's so hard to hear because they do everything they can to recruit you.
Yeah.
And give you the world, tell you what you want to hear. And I'm sure a lot of it's true, right? They do give you an education and all that type of experience. But like you said, once you're damaged, you're done.
You're done. Yeah, they release you from the forces. But I can understand that because back then, like I got out in 1996,
Okay.
there was nothing out there to help the veteran.
Wow. 1996.
96, there was nothing, and for many years after I got out, I was not well at all. It wasn't until 10 years later is when I found out that there is help out there, and I started speaking to Veterans Affairs, and they had informed me that this was available, doctors, so on and so forth.
So let me ask you this then, because going back, Vietnam, Second World War, all the veterans come home, all the wives kiss them, it's all huggy, kissy, all the veterans are big and strong. How come you didn't really hear about those horror stories back then, or they just were so good at hiding them?
Well, back then, it was probably considered a sign of weakness if you were hurt. And you didn't want your buddies to know that you were having a really hard time. So you didn't talk about it. And a lot of them just put it in the back of their minds.
Wow.
And it isn't until years later, after they retire, is when all this starts coming back. And I've had a lot of phone calls from old veterans
I can imagine.
telling me this. The last one I spoke to was 97 years old.
Wow. I can
That
imagine.
was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, years ago they had no help, and you just kept it to yourself.
Yeah, a sign of weakness. Oh my God, look.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Because I know you're big in music too. Like actually, Dan is like a fabulous musician. Frank Sinatra, Burton Cummings. Why don't we take a quick break? We want to present something to Dan on camera, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about how music has helped you, Dan.
Oh yeah, quite a bit.
Stay tuned. We're here with the host of Veterans Corner, Dan Lauzon. You're watching Veterans Corner, the Disability Channel at Wellbeings out here in Burlington. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dave Stevens with the Disability Channel.
An inability to break out. I'm sitting by the door on the second floor, losing my 7-year war. It's not an illusion, so why the exclusion?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's about you.
No more
So,
confusion. You say you're a disability dynamo.
Joining me, and welcome to this beautiful Travelers Championship.
I only want one accolade from you.
So my story is unique, it's amazing, but it's not anything that you guys don't have inside of you. I'm not a hero, I'm not anybody special. I'm just this guy without legs that went out, and I just did it.
Stats outweigh the Democrats, the diplomats, and the bureaucrats.
This is probably your first interview down on the ground on your butt and stuff like that?
time ever,
All
baby.
right.
Eliminate, invalidate, invalidate, invalidate.
Stay with us and the Disability Channel.
Welcome back to Veterans Corner. We're here with the host, Dan Lauzon. Now, he was the vice president. He was an all-around guy for Legion 60. He does tireless work helping veterans, so we really congratulate him. What we'd like to do today, courtesy of Fire City Center. Now, these guys here, I have a bunch of guys out in the east, on the east end by Clarington and Belleville and Pickering. They just love what we do. They're all veteran supporters. They're all craftsmen. So they donate wonderful items that we can either give away to heroes like Dan, like we're going to do, or we do live auctions where we raise funds for our program. So Dan, courtesy of Fire City Center and Dawn, I would like to present you a Wounded Warriors plaque.
Well, thank you very much. It's
You know,
very
I
nice.
think it's the least we can do for you.
I know exactly where to hang it.
Ah, so this is great. So again, Charity with Dignity, Fire City Center, .ca, Wounded Warriors, wonderful plaque. It's Hear that? Wow, it's like stone. So again, we want to thank Fire City and Don and congratulate Dan for a wonderful, wonderful life, being a hero, protecting us.
I'm not a hero.
Oh, yes, you are. Speaking of that, Dan, can you talk a little bit about Wellbeings, the initial stage of how it's helping you? Because I'd like to share that so we can get other veterans in here too.
Sure. How did I find out about Wellbeings? Well, first of all, every Wednesday, a few of my military buddies and I get together. And a few years ago, one of my friends, I call him Hunch, we would all ride, because we all ride motorcycles, and then we would go to a pub and have a beer and wings. One day he's on his way home, and he gets T-boned on his bike, and he lost his right leg.
Ooh,
Yeah, so he's no longer riding.
that's tough.
Yeah. So go ahead 2 years. Now he's got a prosthetic leg, and for him to deal with the pain and any memories he may have about the accident, and he says he doesn't remember anything, but he's always in pain. He said he was doing ketamine treatment, so I asked him what it was, and then he explained it to me, and we'll get Peggy to explain that more later on. So I said, geez, you know what, that might work for me.
Really?
Yeah, so I looked around, and I came up with Wellbeings.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I spoke to Peggy, and Peggy explained everything to me. And so now I'm doing treatments, transcranial magnetic stimulation, and then later on dealing with my pain. Now this treatment that we do with the stimulation helps depression, helps PTSD, helps people with pain, and helps people who have a drinking problem, so on and so forth. It's great for all that. And I've been taking treatments for quite a long, I would say a long time. It seems like a long time, but it seems to be working.
That's great.
Slowly but surely, things are starting to be better for me.
See, I think that's so great, and coming from a veteran, so exactly, this is what we want to do. So if people are watching or listening to our show right now, and Dan's explaining his experience at Wellbeings, this is what we're all about. It's a free treatment covered by the VA. We'd love for you guys to come in and give us a call. Check out wellbeings.ca. It's all over the web. You can check out the disability channel. We're just here about helping people. So I really thank you for sharing that, Dan. Let's move a little bit forward, because I know we're coming to the end of the show soon. Tell us what music's meant to you in your life.
Oh gosh, music. When I got released from the forces, I didn't want to do anything I used to do. I didn't touch my guitar for 10 years. I didn't sing. Until I started getting some help, and then I slowly got back into it. And then during COVID, I learned how to play piano. So, and I was on it every day for hours and hours and hours, and it just calms the mind. It's like when you're riding a motorcycle and you're listening to the engine and the wind's in your face and you got the stereo
And you're a
full
biker
blast.
too,
I'm
so
a biker too.
Yeah, he's a biker too, so.
So those are the two things that really get me relaxed, and it's just awesome.
That's great. Well, I know you're not alone, because I've talked to numerous other veterans, and they said without music in their life, they might not be here.
No,
You know?
that's right.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. So I really thank you for being on the show today. Again, you're going to see more of Dan, as he is the host of the show. We're just getting the ball rolling again here. And if people want to find out more information, Dan, about your music, or can they reach out to you if there's a veteran watching who needs help or whatever?
Yeah, if you're in need of help, get a hold of the Burlington Legion in Burlington, and they will set you up, and we'll be talking before you know it.
I really appreciate this, Dan. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear a message from our sponsor, Wellbeings, and when we come back, I'm going to wrap the show. You're watching Veterans Corner within the Today Show, within the Disability Channel, within Wellbeings. We'll be right back.
All about inclusion and really giving everyone a fair say.
Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy.
I am Zach Damon.
It is a pleasure to be here. I am excited. What is up?
We have a great show today.
Jay Stoyan here for the Disability Channel, the world's only inclusive channel for and by persons with disabilities.
Get ready to be inspired, everyone.
We have people watching from all over the world, but also all over Ontario.
We also take a concerted attention in the veterans community.
In moments of stress and trauma, we can get a hold of ourselves.
To help make a difference for people with disabilities, to show people how to love themselves or their disability.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me, giving this platform for myself and other people with disabilities.
Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this episode of the Disability Channel Detroit. Please tune in next time.
Welcome back to the show. On the show today we had veteran Dan Lauzon. You're going to be seeing more of him as he's going to be hosting again the veteran show. Not that he ever stopped, just people get busy lives and move around, shaking and moving. So again, I really want to thank people for watching our debut show here out at Wellbeings. You're watching the Today Show. Inside with the Veterans Corner. Coming up, we're going to have TDC classic cars. Look out, stay tuned. You're watching the Disability Channel.